What's up, guys? I'm just gonna show you how to install the engine guard you got right here from Harley that you need to purchase to throw on the lowers. So you're gonna need T45 and a 3/16 Allen wrench to pop this off, and I'll show you real quick what I did. So I popped off the radiator shroud. It's just 4 grommets, 2 on each side. You just pop it out, and we're gonna loosen these 2 bolts here. It's under or above the regulator, and then you got a bolt on each side right here. That's the T45. These 2 are 3/16 Allen wrench. I'll just flip over to the other side real quick, show you where that one's at. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen up the 2 top ones here, and then we're gonna remove the 2 bottom ones, and then it should just pop off. All right, so I got my 3/16 Allen wrench. I got a bit. So loosen these 2 up. When you're doing the left side, make sure your wheels turn towards the left, and when you go over to the right side, turn the wheel to the right, and it gives you room so you don't nick your fender with any tools. Oh, surprisingly, these aren't on too tight. I think that's loose enough. So let's use some. I'm gonna grab my T45. That wasn't too bad. So I get the left side out. Pop it on the right side. Surprisingly, neither of these were too tight. Okay, so everything's loose, so it should just slide up, pop off. It's getting stuck on something here. Oh, the radiator hose. There you go. So you just kind of manipulate it here. So watch your fender. Probably should have taken the highway pegs off first. But there you go. Nice and easy. That's off. And I'll be throwing the new one on here in a second, but I believe I need to pop off the outer fairing and then take this fairing bracket off, because it's also you're also required to purchase a fairing bracket kit for the Road Glide models. I will be back in a second. All right guys, welcome back. So there's plenty of videos how to remove the fairing. So first you pop off the 2 bolts, and little side wind deflectors here on each side. Pop off your speaker grills, and there's a clip here, clip up there, so pop it off from here, and then there's 2 tabs that fit down there, so do that on both sides. Obviously you pop off your windscreen first. I have the clock works, so it's a little more tedious than the ones that come on the bike. But then you have your pop off little trim piece to adjust your vent here, so pop that off, and then you'll be able to pop this cover. This cover will slide off and give you access to 4 bolts. So you got 1 here, 1 there, 1 over here, 1 here, and then gently pull it out from each side, and it comes off like that. So there's one other thing I forgot to mention when I was taking off the original the mustache engine guard. So there's 2 bolts up here you'll have to take off. So we'll have to take this fairing support bracket off because it'll be in the way. So there's a bolt on each side. There's 1 here, 1 here, and then 2 right here. You'll get a clip right here that you'll slide up under. I'll show that to you, and that what secures the top bolt of your new engine guard. Be back in a second. Hey guys, welcome back. So what you'll need to do, what you'll need is a 7/16 socket and a 1/4 inch Allen key to remove these 4 bolts. So I'm going to start with the Allen key up here, or underneath. Looks like, yeah, there's a clip on the back there. That wasn't too bad. Let's see what this top one's like. Bottom one was nice and easy. You can swing your Allen key all the way around. Top one really don't have the room, so it's taking me a little bit longer to get this one out. Okay, the 2 top ones, the 2 bottom ones here are out. I'm just gonna leave 1 in there, so because I don't want this swinging forward and hitting my my fender. So I'm gonna take this left side out. Super easy. Looks like there was a little bit of thread lock on there. I know some guys say they don't put thread lock on everything. I usually do. At least a little dab. Okay, so I got both sides out. Sorry about walking in front of the camera. I'm just gonna take this one that I threaded kind of in by hand and just slide it down. Watch your fender. And there you go. That's complete. Next up is installing the actual engine guard and then the fairing support brackets, which I'll show you in a second what they look like. Hey, welcome back, guys. So I forgot to mention the 2 bolts that you loosened up above, or that's holding your regulator onto. The old mustache guard, this was the bolt, it just slid back behind the washer, so that's why you only had to loosen it up to slide it up. So make sure you tighten those 2 down, and then the 2 bolts up here that you took off the fairing support brackets from, there's 2 holes. There's one at the top, one at the bottom. So they give you a clip, so it's going to be the bottom clip that you will replace, which I don't know why they gave it to you. I don't know if the street glides don't come with it, but they should. I'm assuming it's the same engine guard. But it looked like the one that was on there would have worked, but I switched it out anyways. And then they give you a bolt and a washer for the top mount. So I'm just gonna get that started in there. And that's gonna be a 1/4 inch Allen key. So I'll go around. So I got the top one started. Actually gonna grab a little bit of red Loctite and just hit these bolts on the bottom with them. And so this bottom bolt, once again, is the one you took off, so it's T45. It goes in here at the bottom. So I'm just gonna get everything hand tight, and then it tells you the specs on the instruction sheet of what to torque these down to. So I will let you guys know that too once I get this all started. I got the left side started. Back over to the right side. Sorry, I'm not going to move the camera just to show you the exact same thing I'm showing on this side. But I am hitting it with a little bit of, sorry, it's blue Loctite, not red. I think I said red originally. And these aren't much. I think they're around like, I want to say 28 foot-pounds for these. So that one's snugged up. I'm just grabbing my torque wrench, and then so these the 2 bottom bolts are Two bottom bolts are 15. To 20 foot-pounds, and the one upper bolt is 22 to 28 foot-pounds. I'm just grabbing my torque wrench. Gonna set it for, so it says 15 to 20. I like to play it safe. I'm setting it right for 20. Sorry, I grabbed the wrong torque wrench. See if this one goes down. I don't know if this one goes down. Yep, there you go. Half-inch drive torque wrench. So it's, he said, the instruction sheet says 15 to 20. So I set mine for 20. There we go. There we go. So that one's done, left side's done. Go over the right side. So both sides are torqued down. I just gotta tighten up the top mounting bolt with this Allen key, but unfortunately I don't have a socket for a 1/4 inch Allen key to torque this down. But if you do, that top bolt's going to be 22 to 28 foot-pounds for the instructions. Give you much room to work here, but little by little. And then unfortunately, I'm still waiting on my lowers. I ordered them the day Harley put them out, and I'm up here near Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I'm still waiting for them. When I ordered them, they said, I believe 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 weeks of lead time. They keep telling me because they have to paint them, but it's been about 10 weeks now, 9-10 weeks. And actually that's why I decided to drive up to my dealership up in Cambridge. So it's Blackbridge Harley, which they're amazing. And at least grab this engine guard and the fairing support brackets so I can pop that on. Because it seems like this is going to be the biggest project of doing this, since you have to take off the fairing. If you didn't have to take off the fairing for the mounting, the fairing support brackets, Probably I would have cut a lot of time off. That took me about maybe 5 to 7 minutes to take off the fairing. I've taken it off twice now since I bought the bike about a year ago. So, but there you go, everything's on, engine guard's on. So just gonna unpackage the fairing support brackets, which they mount around here, and then they'll go up to this hole where the you took the bolt out of. I'll be right back. You guys, welcome back. So these are your fairing support brackets. So just got 2 pieces, 2 bolts that go around down here, and then you have 1 bolt that goes up here. You can tell the left side and the right side from each other because you're gonna wanna put the bolts in from the front. So what I'm gonna do is start with this top bolt, hit it with a little bit of Loctite. And so this is going to be a 7/16, and then the 2 bolts that go in around the engine guard is going to be a 5/32 Allen key. And then the upper bolt, it says 48 to 60 inch pounds, not foot pounds, inch pounds. So I'm gonna start with that one, just get it started, probably just let it hang there for a second. Get it almost tightened up. And kind of get it fitted. So it's nice and flush with the bar. Looks like this radiator cap, or sorry, reservoir is going to be kind of in the way. So I'm just going to kind of slide that out so it makes some room for me. And the 2 bolts that they give you to go around the top here, looks like they have some kind of Loctite stuff on it. So I'll load this up. My Allen key. And start this top one. Turn the wheel a little bit, get this brake line out of the way. There we go, that's much better. I got my fork in the way. So, you know, to manipulate the bike just, or the wheel just a bit. So it says, like I said, top bolt 48 to 60 inch pounds up here. And these 2 bottom ones are, says 40 to 50 inch pounds. Alright, that might work if you turn it all the way to the right. Sorry, the left. Yeah, so it looks like it's the best spot for it to get your Allen key in there. There we go. So I got the top one started. Excuse me. This bottom one started. And then we'll once we snug there, and then I'll torque it down. So this is aluminum, so assuming they don't want you to torque it down too much, you might strip the like that. And that one's good. Just gonna grab my torque wrench. I think I have one in inch pounds. Yes, I do. Grab an extension and a socket. So this is inch pound, so top bolt's calling for 48 to 60. So I just set it for 60 inch pounds for this top bolt. And if you're up here in Ontario, I got this torque wrench at Princess Auto. Nice and cheap, does the job. I bought it specifically for this. So there you go. So that one's done. The other side's exactly the same. I'm not going to show you that. I don't want to bore you anymore. But then all I have to do is throw on the radiator shroud and then wait for the lowers to come in. And I will post a video on that as soon as I get the call from Harley to come pick them up. But overall, this has probably taken me less than an hour to do. And I'm assuming if the lowers come in together, there's holes here, which I'm assuming you're just throwing bolts through these holes, these 3 holes, and fastening the lowers on. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, we'll see you guys later.